Jai Hind students, welcome back to another biology class. Last week we discussed about the physiology of nephron and the formation of urine. Now, till now you must have understood the importance of kidney and you must have understood that kidneys are vital organs for the survival. Now, why I am calling them vital organs? Because they are responsible for the excretion of the waste from our body, especially the nitrogenous waste products, as well as maintains the pH of the blood, maintains the salt concentration in the body, which is required for the functioning of the other organs. So, because of these reasons, the kidney is a very important organ in our body. And if because of any of the reason kidney is not able to work properly, because it may happen because of like the infections, injury, or restricted blood flow to kidneys, and these things may reduce the functioning of the kidney. Now, because of the failure of the kidney, there will be accumulation of the poisonous waste in our body, which can even lead to death. In case of failure, an artificial kidney can be used, or a person can go for the kidney transplantation. But kidney transplantation is first of all very costly. Person has to get the proper match of the kidney. So there are so many complications in the kidney transplantation. Now, this kidney transplantation or the artificial kidney, generally patient go when both the kidneys are not working. If one kidney is working, then it's capable enough for excretion or the other processes that are important for the kidney. But if both the kidneys are not able to work, then one has to think about the treatment. Now, the treatment can be kidney transplantation, as I discussed before also, or person can go for the dialysis. Now, dialysis means it is kind of an artificial kidney which works like a kidney and removes the nitrogenous waste products from the blood through this process. Now, what is dialysis actually? It is a process or it is a procedure used in artificial kidney to do the work of a non-functional or damaged kidney. In the process, the blood of the patient is allowed to pass through the long cellulose tubes dipped in a tank containing dialysing solution having same ionic concentration as plasma. Now, what do you mean by this? Dialysis actually is a process which works like a kidney, but in this, everything is taking place outside the body. Now, as you can see in the figure, a patient is lying on the bed and a small surgery is required for doing the dialysis process. This small surgery actually for taking out the blood from the main artery, and this you can see a tube which is coming out from a patient's body it's a connected to the artery of a person which is carrying the blood having the waste or the nitrogenous waste present in it. Now this artery having the blood, this tube which is taking the blood from the artery is allowed to pass through a chamber. Is a small chamber like or you can say it's a container like thing where the dialysing fluid is present. Along with that, a small tubings are present. As you can see, they are arranged like this. Okay. Now this tubes which are present in this this we call the dialyzer, and the fluid which is present in it, it is called as dialysing fluid. Now these tubes, they are made up of cellulose, okay, and it is semi permeable, okay, or you can say selectively permeable membrane, and the ionic concentration of the dialysing fluid is same as of the plasma. So when the blood passes through these tubes, simple diffusion and the osmosis takes place between the dialysing fluid and the blood in this tube. whatever thing which is more in the blood get diffused out in this dialysing fluid, and this dialysing fluid is also having calcium, potassium, sodium, which are more in this dialysing fluid, get diffused in the blood. So simple diffusion and osmosis takes place in this dialyzer, and after that the waste or the nitrogenous waste which has come in these tubes gets collected into another chamber, another container. We call it used dialysing solution with urea and excess salts get collected in this container, and this is the one another container which is having the fresh dialysing solution, which keeps on passing through this through a tube into this dialyzer. Now what happens, this dialysis process takes at least 3 to 4 hours. A person has to take 3 to 4 hours for this whole dialysing process. Now once the whole blood gets filtered or get cleaned in this dialyzer, the clean blood again goes back to the patient's body through another tube, and then it becomes the part of the main vein of the patient. So this is how the whole process takes place, and this whole process takes place in 3 to 4 hours, and it can be done 3 to 4 times in a week, but it is absolutely depends upon the doctor. As per the prescription of the doctor, the dialysis is being given to the patient. Now, in dialysis, what is the difference between the dialysis and the functioning of the kidney? In dialysis process, there is no reabsorption taking place. First of all, okay, only whatever things which are not required for the body or which are waste in the blood is being filtered out in this dialyzer and is coming out as a waste. So there is no reabsorption taking place in the whole process. Another very important thing, since the blood is coming out from the body, so to prevent the coagulation of this blood, a chemical which is being added, which is called as heparin. Okay, the heparin is being added into this blood so that the blood do not get coagulate and can send back again to the body in the same concentration. So this whole process is also called as hemodialysis because it is taking place with the help of the blood. So we call it hemodialysis. The and this whole process is important for the maintenance of the way for the maintenance of the pH as well as the salt concentration, plus to remove the waste from the body. So thank you everyone. I hope the process of dialysis is clear. Today we have finished this chapter. Now next week we will discuss the question and answer. Thank you.